Alright, hi again. It's the Puzzle Master here, and I'm going to be doing a little video on the whole New World Order and like 9/11 and all this conspiracy stuff. Um, Highly also recommend that you look up like Charlie Sheen, because he it was in like 2011, but it was still kind of recent, and he like came forward mentioning that like he himself had like own suspicions and stuff of it, and like a lot of people, if you talk to this about them, actually are quite aware of this topic. It's just that everyone seems to be too coward, like they're cowardice or whatever, like, just but a lot of them know about this kind of stuff. So if you're one of those kind of people, then this video's for you, because you should actually start to talk to other people about it, and maybe you'll find that you have some commonalities amongst that. But when it really boils down to, is a lot of these people who are in like high positions of power or authority, a lot of them are also in like secret societies, such as like the Skull and Bones. What else was there? Or like, everyone knows of like the Illuminati, but that one doesn't actually have like an organization like that. That's kind of like the name that everyone gives the deepest organization, which doesn't actually. It's kind of like, like Voldemort in Harry Potter. Like, you don't speak his name. Like, nobody even really knows who it is. But basically, just high places of authority have to do with money and political control. And by that, I mean there are certain people who are in these groups that these secret societies worship and practice like heavy, deep black magic. And a lot of people who are just studying like politics and all that are going to be kind of like, what the fuck? Because, and whether or not you believe these things or believe that like magic can have an influence, you still, it's actually not debatable, because Wikipedia, if you look up Freemasonry or like the Rosicrucians or like the Phoenicians, kind of spelled like Phoenix, Phoenicians, or like the Maya, like the Mayan people, a lot of these cultures practiced magic, where like, and magic to the extent where they actually would sacrifice or kill people in order to actually amplify a spell. Because now, even if you don't believe in magic, what do you think would it have, if there was such thing as magic and all that? What would have more life force of God? Because everything is kind of like a piece of God, or like if you look at it in a spiritual perspective, okay? Like, are you going to, if you pick a rose from the ground, versus if you killed a baby deer, are they the same? Would one have, or what if it was a 7-year-old child, just a little child, Obviously, there's differences in the emotion and like how much, if it's a bigger sacrifice, then it has more of an effect. Whether that's just psychological or not, that's debatable. But whether or not these people actually practice these things isn't, because it's in our history. Like, just Wikipedia, like Google it. Like, even Google will allow you to find the truth. Like, and it's Google, like they'll even provide you the own answers as long as you know what you're looking for. But yeah, people in these groups don't view themselves as our equal. Okay, they are our leaders. They are our kings, our queens. But like, I don't just mean like the royal family. These are like people who you have no fuck idea who they are. Like, and there isn't really. Obviously, there would be ways to trace it in a world that isn't corrupt and in their control. But because they're the ones that are actually at the top of the pyramid, who have like, they are like the CIA. They are like, MK Ultra, when there was like, that was allowed by the government. It's like children, like up to, even people up to the age of like 25 underwent like rape, LSD, where they like heavily overdosed people with LSD and tortured them. Not just torture, but like sexual torture. Like, a lot of this stuff is sick, and it's on Wikipedia. If you simply type it into the little keyboard there, all this is there. And there's countless things that should, just one of these things in itself should be enough to remove these people from their positions. But one thing that people have to realize is that they're in these positions, and do you really think that they're just going to kind of change ways? Like, people who are like heavy into Satanism, who have like, for them, they could repent and like make amends. Like they could actually be cleansed, no matter how fucking evil they were. If they want to be forgiven and ask for forgiveness and change, like the key thing is they actually have to change, like in their soul and in their actions in the world, things that they actually manifest in our world. But it's all based upon war and money, apparently. And that's actually what it's been from the start. Like, World War One, World War Two. It's all been the war. It's all just pawns in the game for us to just give them money, basically. And because, like, even in the wars going on right now, when a bank has to give a loan, like, they do it to both sides practically. And it's all just generating this paper currency, which is just devaluing our own money. Like, because it just reduces the greater amount. Or, like, sorry, let me explain. Like, water in a container. You're not increasing the water in it, but you're dividing it amongst more cups. Okay, each cup represents a bill. If there's more bills out there, then they have less buying power. So when the bank goes out and prints all this new money, and obviously they do recalls of the old money, and they do that, but I just mean there's so many missing documents. Like even the CIA and like I'm pretty sure it was the CIA, but like it was like trillions of dollars that are unaccounted for, and those are tax dollars. Like could have actually, it's not just unaccounted for. It's gone to those black budget projects. So if you can imagine if they had just $1 trillion, okay, what could you do with that? Now what if they had pretty much the infinity amount of money? Like, and look up dumb bases, like it's deep underground military bases, and they're out there, okay? Look, a lot of them are located, not all of them are, but a lot of them are located near airports, because, if shit hit the fan, then that gives the rich elite people, they just have to land the plane there, and then boom, they're there, like they can't really be stopped. Like, if there was to be some kind of, I don't know, hard for me to explain this because it's a very deep concept, but basically like an Armageddon, but like a political upheaval and change of the world. They would run the fuck away to probably some of these bases. And then with remote control devices that, like little children have that can fly planes. Well, imagine that, but with bombs, okay? So a lot of these people don't just think that they're going to back down from places in their positions. Like, they need to be removed is the key thing. And every day that goes on are more people that die. And no one seems to give a fuck. Because, and look up this too, also, Miley Cyrus. More people apparently care about Miley Cyrus than when they did chemical gassing in Syria. She's just up there shaking her ass, and versus, children, countless number. I don't even know the numbers, but civilians. Like, it's just sick, and those weapons cost a lot of money too. So people made money off of a lot of people dying, and so yeah, I hope that you kind of understand the point of this. That it's basically all just about money and political control. Because they already have everything, okay? Like, it's like the game The Sims, okay? They're the ones that fucking made The Sims, but imagine if you had everything. When you get bored, and especially if you're a fucking Satan worshiper, imagine the possibilities of things that you could do with that dirty money, And if you really think about it, that currency's in our currency. So it's all blood money, So... yeah, but I'm going on, I'm over 9 minutes now, so I'm going to cut it short because I don't like to go for too long, but, yeah. If you don't believe in, like, those secret societies and stuff, oh, it's backwards, but if you can read that. It says, this is the Occult Sourcebook of Esoteric Wisdom, and it talks all about Freemasons, all that kind of stuff, and even in your local town, if you're curious about this, go to your hospitals, your original hospitals. Go to places like the buildings that were built there first, that were actually kind of like the hearts and organs of the body that is the city that is around you. But yeah, like hospitals and all that, a lot of them are founded or were donated by the Freemasons, you know? That's nice of them, but because they donated it, right? But if they donated it for a future cause of, it's not really a donation if like they're going to make money from it in the long term. Now, obviously, we're not going to be taught to. You don't even learn about money in school. So, do you think they want you to know about this kind of stuff? No. But you're going to know about this kind of stuff, and there's going to be change because a lot of people are waking up. Like even celebrities, like look up celebrities whistleblowers, and you'll find Charlie Sheen. But yeah, I'm over 10 now. So peace and subscribe and let me know what you think. Mwah.